A good evening to you, and thank you so much for choosing Maisha Television for the incisive and bold bulletin Maisha Prime News, as I seek to inform you and educate you on stories making headlines in Kenya and beyond. And today is some of the top stories. It is all systems go for the planned Azimio la Umoja rally scheduled to be held on Friday at postal grounds in Bungoma town. Also tonight on Maisha Prime News, we will be having a special segment, The Pointer. Make sure you don't miss out. We have these and many more stories prepared for you tonight. And remember, we have 5 over 5 segment at the end of the bulletin, where I'll be talking about the new bill introduced by Majority Leader Amos Kimunya. Welcome to the authoritative and now the most watched bulletin that airs Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. and on weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. My name is Rida Chebet. Welcome. It is all systems go for the planned Azimio la Umoja rally scheduled to be held on Friday at postal grounds in Bungoma town. The rally comes just a week after the Kenya Kwanza Brigade held a similar rally at the same venue. Here is the full details from Bushebi Jr.
ODM leader Raila Odinga is drumming up support for his Azimio la Umoja clarion call. Is set to make a grand return to Western Kenya this Friday.
1, 2, 3. We give you the praise.
The Azimio la Umoja coalition principal schedule will see him tour the region in Bungoma County a week after Deputy President William Ruto, Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi shook the very county under Kenya Kwanza coalition. Raila will be accompanied by several leaders from Western Kenya affiliated to him and his Azimio la Umoja brigade.
Tutatumia mbinu zote kuhakikisha kwamba yule mheshimiwa wetu rais wa 5 akuwe Raila Amolo Odinga, na tutafanya kila kitu kuhakikisha kwamba hayo yanafanyika. Na hapa hii timu vile vile inauliza yeyote yule ambaye yuko kule nje akuje ndani ya timu. Tusije tukapata moto, anataka kuota moto ambao akuleta kuni. Huu moto utautwa tu na wale ambao litafuta kuni na wakaasha moto.
Tumempatia majina ya watu ambao ni wabunge na MCAs ambao wako kwa vyama vingine kwa sasa na wanataka kuhama kujiunga na chama chetu, na ametuambia atatenga siku ya kwa watu hao kujiunga na chama rasmi.
Haijazuia wale ambao pia wanataka kuweza kusupport baba na Azimio la Umoja pia kuendesha zile kakati ambazo zinaendeshwa.
Tumeshaamua ya kwamba Azimio la Umoja Western ni azimio ambao limeshanoa nanga na hakuna mtu mwingine ataweza kututoa huko.
We've basically been seeing the mountain from the horizon, and now that Baba is really approaching the peak of the mountain, we are now consolidating our base so that we can climb with him. This is the time. It is so good to be led by a very sharp politician like Baba, who knows when to strike. These people have been running helter-skelter without any plan. They don't know what it called timing in politics. Now for us, the time is now, and we are now going to strike proper.
Na tunataka kuambia wapinzani wetu kwamba tunataka kufanya siasa ambayo ni siasa ya amani, siasa ambayo haitakuwa siasa ya matusi, lakini pia wakileta matusi kwa baba yetu Raila Amolo Odinga na wakakae tayari pia
Tunasema kwamba yule ambaye amechokoswa kutoka kwa vyama vingine ambavyo vimejitokeza na vingine ambavyo vimekosa mwelekeo, karibu nyumba ya ODM inataka tuwe na viongozi wenye maono sawa katika uongozi. Tunaomba tusimame pamoja, sababu kiongozi wetu ambaye ni kinara Raila Amolo Odinga ana azimio la kuleta wanakenya pamoja bila kuzambaratisha na wache inji kama imekuwa kiuchumi.
We want to see wale watu wengine wote wameungana na tangatanga kama ile sijui Fort Kenya, sijui ANC yote out of wire Bungoma. Na hiyo ni wajibu yetu sisi zote. Hiyo ni majukumu yetu. We must work together.
He will address a series of rallies in Bungoma and make a grand rally at Poster Grounds, a move aimed at popularizing his 2022 presidential bid as well as his Baba Care economy. This comes at the backdrop of Musalia Mudavadi's earthquake announcement to join hands with Wetangula and Ruto. The new alliance is part of DP's broader scheme to win Western and push Raila to the periphery of the region that has traditionally been his turf. However, Raila's move to tour Western Kenya has been seen as a new strategy to counter-lock ANC's Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula and Deputy President William Ruto's UDA out of Western Kenya.
Ati kutoka nasa utawapatia laptop. Ati sasa wanakwenda kumaliza shule. Unawaambia wakitoka ati kazi ni kazi. Ati sijui chukua wheelbarrow. Nenda.
Raila has unleashed a two-pronged strategy to counter Ruto's gains and wrestle the region back to his grip. The ODM chief is determined to ensure that Mudavadi and Wetangula join Ruto with an empty basket, taking almost all their lieutenants to either ODM or DAP Kenya. DAP Kenya is allied to Raila's Azimio la Umoja movement. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambusha Bijuni.
We give you the praise. Yes, Lord.
And the residents of Shihambi Emulaha village in Bungoma County are worried a lot following frequent dumping of fetuses within their locality. Police have been collecting fetuses dumped by unknown people for days now, a situation that has caused panic among Shihambi residents who are calling for police and Nyumba Kumi elders to investigate the matter.
Nimechoka kila wakati. Nimeweza kupata watoto watatu. Mtoto mmoja wa kwanza alikuja na box akawekwa hapo, polisi kachukua. Wa pili amekuja kama amezaliwa, amefungwa kwa kitambaya, polisi imechukua. Wajana aliletwa na karatasi ya simiti na tena polisi imechukua.
Tungeomba serikali, nadhani wanasikia hata Rivayala inatupa watoto, na wenyewe wakikuja kwa sini saizi waone hiyo shimo hata kando na mtoto mtu mzima tutakuja kuwapata hapo hivi karibuni. Ni shimo ya ajabu, hata ukateleza we mwenyewe uanguke ndani, wezi kuwa uko hai.
Vitendo zenye watu wameanza kufanya hapa sio vitendo mzuri, tumechoka nazo. Sababu huyu mtoto ni mtoto wa tatu hapa, tukipata kutoa hapa mtoto. Hii ni mara ya tatu.
Hii shimo ni mazoeo. Kwa sababu wametupa watoto watatu. Disemba tarehe 28 mwaka jana wametupa mtoto hapa. Tumepata mtoto leo, jana tumepata mtoto.
Karibuni ama wakisikia hiyo story watutengeneza hiyo mtaro, maana yake hata polisi watachoka, kwa sababu Yala River kuna watu wakubwa wanatupwa. Haya ukija ukiona Mlahabi tena kuna watoto wanatupwa. Hata nimeona ni mambo ya imani na tena ni haibu kuripoti saa yote kwa polisi wakija kubeba watoto.
Tungependa wakuje kwa ground waone vile hapo inakaa, si mahali pazuri, na kitu tunajua vile Likuru wetu amesema, Mama Asha anasema hii ni mali ya serikali. Sasa tungeomba serikali iingilie.
Ule mtu ambaye ametupa huyo mtoto ama watoto yote ambaye wanatupwa kwa mtoni, wasirudi kuzaa, wakauka hivyo. Kama ni mwanaume mwenye anapatia kijana msichana mtoto na hataki kumsaidia, alaniwe, asizae hata kidogo. Na kama msichana mwenyewe unajitembeza na umeenda kwa kijana amekupatia mimba na unaenda unatupa, unatoa na madawa, unadanganywa, ulaniwe, usizae, uwe ukifukuzwa kwa mabwana kwa sababu ya kuzaa.
And moving on, lecturers at Moi University School of Medicine have vowed to continue with their strike until their demands are met. The lecturers who are on their 70th day of strike are blaming the Moi University management for failing to address their grievances. Led by Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacist and Dentist Union KMPDU, the branch chair Dr. Darwin Ambuka, they say the silence by management is an injustice to lecturers.
Today is approximately the 70th day, and the strike's resolve is continuing because we have not our demands which we gave to the management of Moi University about 2-3 months ago have not yet been met. The university has been on a hide and seek game with KMPDU, and we have not had an opportunity to sit even engage with them, because they received monies from the ministry, which was negotiated through a 2017 CBA. So we are asking the university management to come out clear and sit down with the KMPDU through a return to work formula and paying our doctors all those monies. Unless such is done, then this strike has no option but to continue.
But as we all know, that the right to be paid the funds that is meant for you cannot be covered by any action from the university. So we are still demanding that the university need to take action and the management need to act urgently. Otherwise, the doctors will remain out until that is sorted. Ideally, the funds were released from the treasury and not only to Moi University. These funds were released to all the public university to pay all the doctor lecturers based on the CBA 2017 agreement. But only Moi University has been playing a lot of chicanery and a lot of games with these particular funds, to the point that they're only out intimidating these particular lecturers and acting lecturers to act on fate.
The Kisumu County Assembly will soon have ultra-modern chambers and offices after a grounding-breaking ceremony of construction works. The County Assembly Speaker Elisha Oraro says the facility will provide adequate working space to members. It will also have provision for a health club and members' lounge, among other amenities.
I want to thank God and to thank the governor of Kisumu County as a whole for listening to us as Assembly. The requirement of CRA and the government is that the executive provides land for construction of Assembly, which they have done so today here in Tom Mboya. The next thing is the ceiling. Currently the CRA has provided a ceiling of 500 million for construction of assemblies. For those assemblies, the MCS between 30 and 60. In Kisumu County, we have 48 MCS. It means our ceiling is 500 million. We did procurement and we managed to get the least responsive evaluated bidder at 448 million. This is slightly below the ceiling of 500 million, and it's an achievement. We are going to have 4 floors. The ground floor, first floor, second floor, third and fourth floor. The fourth floor is basically health and fitness room, while the ground floor is going to compose of a restaurant, a commercial restaurant, and parking. The first, second, and third will have offices and the chambers. And the chamber is at the third floor with the press gallery, speakers gallery, and the public gallery.
Police in Busia County have seized over 400 sacks of sugar from Uganda valued at around 2 million shillings. Busia County Police Commander Maxwell Nyaema says the sugar was found at the home of a Nasira village resident in Nambale last night. He said that the sugar had been repackaged into Nzoia Sugar Company sacks ready for distribution to various regions in the country. Police recovered sacks of Uganda's Lugazi Sugar Company, where the sugar had originally been packaged, as well as a sugar packaging machine. Although the homeowner escaped after being busted, police caught his daughter and have appealed to residents to volunteer any information about the smugglers.
Tulipata habari kwamba kuna boma moja hapa Nambale, mwenyewe ameiweka kuwa store ya sukari. Now, ile sukari tumekuja tumeona huwa inakuwa transported na pikipiki, Sienta, gari ndogo, Wish na hata Brobox. Zikitoka huko zinapita barabara za Panya route mpaka zinaingizwa katika hii boma. Tunapoangalia hiyo sukari tumeona kwamba inatoka kwa kampuni nyingine huko Uganda inaitwa Rukuzi. Halafu ikifika hapa wanatoa hizo mafunia inakuwa repacked kwa gunia za Kenya ambaye tumeona ni Nzoia Sugar Company. Kisha watakapomaliza halafu inakuja inabebwa na maroli kutoka hapa ikielekea Nairobi, Nakuru kupitia barabara. Officers tulifika hapa lakini mwenye boma akatorokea nyuma. Hata tumekuta alikuwa anakula sapa nini kitu kama hicho, lakini akatoroka akaenda. Na ni kama vunia ya sukari hii 50 kg ni kama vunia 400 ikiwa kidogo, ambaye ni kama hesabu yake katika Kenya ni market ni kama milioni 2. Sasa tutaichukua yote tupeleke station, kisha tuendelee kutafuta mwenye sukari. Sukari inapoingia hapa, maana iko factory hapa karibu, wanayoumia ni wananchi wa area hii. Naendelea kuwahimiza kwamba wakiona kitendo kama hiki watupatie sisi polisi habari.
ANC Bungoma branch on Thursday 3rd received a number of defectors from ODM and other parties. This comes at a time when leaders are aligning themselves as the country heads towards the general elections. Bushebi Jr. briefs us on how the situation was at the ANC offices.
We must reject their political projects and sinister schemes in this year's elections. We are tired.
Defections have rocked Orange Democratic Party of Raila Odinga, further undermining the party's influence in Western Kenya ahead of the August 9th polls. Several members of parliament and members of county assembly have aligned themselves with Musalia Mudavadi's ANC party in Bungoma amid a new political wave by the Kenya Kwanza. The defections have exposed the Azimio la Umoja leaders who have declared interest to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Majina naitwa Omar Swale. Siku ya leo tuko na furaha kama chama cha ANC. Tumepokea wagombea wa kiti wengi. Kama vile tunajua Kenya kuna shida ya kazi. Na hivi karibuni IEBC inaenda kutangaza nafasi za kazi. Kwa hivyo tunawaalika watu wote ambao wanataka kusimama kiti. Nafasi ya kazi imepatikana, isipokuwa moja tu pekee yake ndio tunaomba huko msiende. Hiyo ni Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi wa president pekee yake. Lakini zingine zote tunaomba vijana mkuje kwa wingi. Nafasi ya kazi ndio imepatikana na ANC ndio chama ambayo inaangalia maslahi ya vijana vizuri.
ANC chairperson Bungoma branch Martin Waliaula and Omar Swale were present to receive the defectors at the Bungoma County ANC offices on Thursday.
Tukiangalia hata slogan yetu inaongea mambo ya pesa mfukoni. Na kijana hiyo ndio shida kubwa ambayo yako nayo, inamzuia kufanya mambo mingi. Chama ANC iko wazi, ukija upande wa nomination tukiangalia last election nomination yetu ilikuwa vizuri, na hata saa hizi pia tunawaahidi kuwa nomination itakuwa vizuri. Tunaomba mkuje kwa wingi tuweze kujisajili kwa chama. Wale ambao wanatoka kama vile tumeona, wale ni watu wameserve term moja, mwingine ameserve miezi 8, kumaanisha ni watu wenye hawako sure na kitu walikuwa wanafanya. Kwa hii siasa ambayo inakuja, tunataka wale ambao watu wenye wako sure, kama ambao unaona hapa ni watu wako sure nini wanataka, ni watu ambao wametumwa na wananchi, si watu ambao wamejituma, ni watu ambao wako na malengo mzuri ya kusaidia watu wao. Kwa hivyo tunaomba tuweze kushikana kwa hii gari ya ANC, tuweze kupeleka hii Kenya mbele tukiwa pamoja na Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi.
ANC's Mudavadi has so far caused an earthquake that has seen a change in political dynamics in the country after both him and Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula joined hands with Deputy President William Ruto.
Jana tuliona mradi wa serikali. Tuliona mradi wa serikali hapo Kajiado. Hiyo ni project. Hiyo si project ya wananchi. Hiyo ni project ya wale watapeli mabwenyenye ambao wanapanga kwamba wanataka yule mtu atashughulikia tu mali yao na atasahau maisha ya mtu wa kawaida. Sisi tunasema hatutaki project. Azimio ni mradi wa serikali. Tunaelewana kabisa? Azimio ni mradi wa nini? Wa wale jamaa. Namna hiyo. Kwa hivyo sisi tuungane. Tutandike hawa jamaa. Tutandike hawa.
coming together of the two leaders with Ruto has catapulted them to greater new heights in the larger Western Kenya region, pitching them as kings or kingmakers in the coming elections.
Na tunahakikishia party leader wetu kuwa sisi watu wa Mlembe Nation tunakuahidi kuwa tutakupatia 90% kutoka hapa, ili wakati utakaa kwa negotiation table ukae uko kama king. Na kuanzia leo wewe tembea ukijihisi ni mfalme, maana ukiangalia watu umereceive hapa ni watu wamejitolelea kwa roho yao, na wameangalia wewe ndo mtu peke yake ambaye unajali maslahi ya watu, na umeamua kuweka Kenya kwanza. Kwa hiyo muungano ambao umeenda haujaweka masharti, mmesema tuangalie kwanza maslahi ya Wakenya. Tukiangalia kwa manifesto yetu kila kitu tunaongelea Mkenya kwanza. Coalition yetu ni Kenya kwanza. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Musalia, you are our king, wewe uko free kufanya chochote, sisi huku chini na kuhakikishia mambo itakuwa sawa. Come 2022 assemblies zote Western wende utacontrol na the rest of the nation.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabi Junior.
The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers (KUPPET) have raised concern over inadequate capacity by teaching staff in learning institutions with competency-based curriculum (CBC) ahead of hosting of grade 7 and 8 students. Speaking to the media after attending a closed-door meeting at Narok Hotel, the national and Narok County officials led by the Secretary General Akelo Misori emphasized on the need by Education CS Professor George Magoha to prioritize the teachers' training. He added that it was prudent to also consider the availability of infrastructure for CBC in the secondary schools ahead of the next year's admissions. Misori, who echoed the idea of online learning, regretted that serious challenges like connectivity for learners in some parts of the country must be put into consideration. His sentiments were echoed by Julius Koriri, the National Deputy Chairman of KUPPET, who emphasized the need for training on secondary school teachers on CBC as a matter of urgency for better execution.
And this is going to be a disaster, and we don't want to wait. So our appeal this afternoon is to ask the Cabinet Secretary to do more than just talk, than just creating space in the name of building extra classrooms in our secondary schools or upgrading some primary schools to house the grade 7 coming 2023. On the newly launched pilot of the online learning platform for our schools, it is a welcome idea, but we are already foreseeing serious challenges because no corresponding infrastructural development is going towards that direction to guarantee that as the pilot is taking place, we are going to be sure that the feedback we are going to get is the feedback which is in tandem with the quality of what we expect from such a platform. It's important and high time for the Teacher Service Commission, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of ICT to ensure that we give assurance of the connectivity aspect. At the same time, we need to be assured that the cohort selected for this pilot is broader, not just selected on some few schools, which will not give the requisite pilot feedback expected when finally we choose to blend our learning using the online platform.
Kiongea hivi, hakuna mwalimu ambaye ako tayari hata hawajafunzwa vile CBC itakuwa. So tunauliza Magoha ya kwamba kabla hatujaanza grade 7, grade 8, tungesema ya kwamba tungeomba ya kwamba ianze kufanywa kwa haraka sana ili watoto wetu waweze kukua tayari. Sasa kama mwalimu asipokuwa tayari atafunzaje huyo mwanafunzi?
Migori Speaker Boaz Okoth and 7 others charged with breaking into Assembly's Finance Office have been released on 200,000 shillings bond each and 1 surety or 100,000 cash bail. Okoth and other appeared before the Chief Magistrate Dickson Onyango on Thursday after they were arrested on Wednesday dawn by police in Assembly premises. Okoth, Philip Ochieng, Boniface Otieno, Peter Okinyi, John Harun, Vincent Otieno, Jacqueline Odira, and Clifford Chieng appeared as first to 8 accused persons respectively. They were charged with breaking into Migori County Assembly Finance Office belonging to Evans Ogutu and an alternative charge of handling stolen property worth about 100,000 shillings, which included 3 computers, which were 2 CPUs, a monitor, 1 and files. The incident happened on the night of February 2nd. The case will be mentioned on February 25th and the hearing on March 15th. The speaker was on Wednesday released on a 50,000 cash bail after spending hours being grilled over the incident. Okoth has been embroiled in leadership wrangles and has survived several attempts to eject him. In 2020, he was arrested and charged with corruption.
The issue of the County Assembly Speaker, the case has been investigated and is ready for court tomorrow. So due to his health, he has been released on a cash bail of 50,000. The other 7 men are still in cells to appear in court tomorrow. So that is the position as for now, because we are waiting for the finance officer to come and record the statement. But he's on the way. I think by evening he will have recorded his statements, then tomorrow they appear in court. The speaker alleges damage to the property, that's breaking and stealing from that office, because he carried away files and other things we don't know that will be confirmed by the finance officer.
And now to bilateral ties. President Uhuru Kenyatta on Thursday met Rwanda's Paul Kagame at State House in Nairobi. The two leaders committed to working together to find lasting solutions to conflicts facing Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, and Somalia, saying Kenya and Rwanda will continue to play a leading role in promoting dialogue and peace amongst the warring parties. Kagame was in the country on a working visit. They also discussed a wide range of areas of cooperation between the two countries, including trade, transport, and emerging issues concerning the region and the continent. On trade, President Uhuru Kenyatta said Rwanda's strategic position in the region makes it an important trading partner to Kenya, especially as a gateway to the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo and the wider Great Lakes region market. He welcomed the Rwanda's move to reopen its Gatuna border with Uganda, saying it will ease the movement of goods and people between the two neighboring countries. To enhance the bilateral trade between the two countries, President Uhuru Kenyatta called on Rwanda to diversify its imports from Kenya and continue taking advantage of the improved services at the port of Mombasa to facilitate the movement of goods. The Kenyan leader assured his Rwandan counterpart of Kenya's commitment to ensuring the two countries collaborate in championing the ideals of the East African community for the benefit of the people of the region.
Yes. Welcome home. Sijambo, karibu.
Well, and with that story from State House, I'm taking a short commercial break. I'll be back shortly.
Shangala Technical Training Institute, Center of Excellence. Prepare for the beast. Informative, authoritative, Navaholo Technical and Vocational College, Center of Excellence in Building and Civil Engineering.
Now, education is always the key to success. Education is the background. Education should be the foundation. As Maisha TV, we embrace, we honor, and we value education.
Education is a way of bringing information, knowledge to our people. And that is the basic importance that we can see education doing.
We are here as solid partners to the growth of academics and career building in the nation. It is all here on your fastest growing TV station, Maisha TV, where you choose it, watch it, and love it.
Was that you?
Johnny, Johnny.
Yes, Papa.
Eating sugar.
No, Papa.
Najivunia kuwa Mkenya. Na ninajali matukio yanayojiri nchini Kenya na ulimwengu mzima. Natazama runinga ya Maisha ili nipate habari kamili. Naichagua, naitazama na ninaipenda. Maisha TV ni bora. Unapotia bidii katika maisha, mwishowe unafanikiwa. Unapotazama runinga ya Maisha, unajifunza, unaelimika na unafurahia. Twakujuza kila mara, twatia fora kwa kupasha yaliyomo, yanayojiri na kujenga maisha mbeleni. Hii ni runinga ya Maisha.
You must learn to wake up in the night. Use your nights when people are asleep and there's no distraction. You wake up.
No man who has taken time to holistically give himself to the word of God has not proved it that it works. The word of God cannot fail.
All the sins were paid for on the cross. When Christ died on the cross, all our sins were paid, and we are now free. Our past, our present, and future sins have been forgiven.
That is why we lay hands on the lame and they walk. We lay hands on the blind and they see. We lay hands on the deaf and they hear. It's powerful enough to give you the answer on its first application.
Someone tells you in the office, over my dead body for you to rise. Don't fight him. Go back to your control room. Madish kalika paruskiata.
God will remain God in whatever circumstances we are finding ourselves in. And if we want to get out of the circumstances that make us uncomfortable, then the best and most important thing we need to do is to know how to praise God.
You are hearing a report in your job that is not pleasing. Carry your CV and drop it on the ground.
The Bible says he abides in the presence of his people. When you praise him, then he has to manifest who he is.
The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is prime news.
only on Maisha TV. Prepare for the beast. Informative, authoritative, unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Alright, welcome back, and as I promised you earlier today on our Prime News, we have a special segment, The Pointer.
Tumekuja hapa Awendo.
Now, the rallies continue.
Wewe hasla. Nimerudi.
The rhetoric questions arise concerning the Raila Odinga's presidential candidature declaration.
Having been faithful and committed to building a national, democratic and progressive Kenya in our lifetime, having worked for many patriotic Kenyans to achieve this goal, I do hereby accept to present myself as a presidential candidate at the presidential elections on the 9th of August 2022.
Kwa hivyo msihofie. So if you want to try and take us back and you don't want to accept that there's a serious deficiency of trust, how do you expect us to believe you when you say you want to be in a coalition?
They are not resisting change, but some things can be implemented gradually so that people get to know.
Baba, you said you have only one bullet left for 2017. What will you use in the coming polls, Tinga?
I'm at war with ideologies that will lead this nation in the wrong direction.
Traveling back to Jubilee House, Ruto, who is the main cause of Jubilee family problems?
Kwa sababu hata mimi nashindwa kuelewa hii maneno. Yaani wale jamaa walienda kuvunja chama ya Jubilee ati ndio tukose mpango. Alafu wamemaliza kuvunja chama ya Jubilee ati sasa wanataka twende ati tukodeshe mtu ya kitendawili.
Kenyans must be left free to elect democratically the president of their choice.
Odinga, do you agree with this accusation?
Sasa ndio hii fisi ambayo mnaona.
Tunataka yule mtu pale mashinani badala ya kuja kuangaisha wewe awe na pesa ya kufanya biashara. Na yule hana kazi awe na kazi ya kufanya.
Amekuja amejibisha nguo ya kondoo.
Baada ya ile salamu ya uganga, uchumi wetu haujakuwa unaendelea vizuri.
Mr. President, sir, tell us something small about the handshake.
Kwa sababu mzee lazima nikiingia asimame aseme karibu mheshimiwa rais. Sasa mimi namwambia mzee hapana siwezi. Hivyo sivyo mambo inaenda.
Now changing the theme, Mr. Rice, what kind of a succession leader do you need right now?
Ukikuja waambie huyu ni mzee hafai, tunataka kijana, sijui huyu ni afako namna hii, huyu wako namna hii, huyu wako namna ile. Mtu anachagua na bongo bana, mtu achagui na
Did you hear what Kakamega boss Mr. Wycliffe Oparanya said? It is a matter of two horses.
Eroji wewe mnanisikiza nyinyi?
Hao watu wa Oka kuna mahali wanaenda.
Mnanielewa?
This is the Pointer. My name is Anthony Osundwa.
Well, a nice piece there. And moving on, social media giant Facebook has seen its daily active users drop for the first time in its 18 years history. Facebook's parent company Meta Network says it fell to 1.929 billion in the 3 months to the end of December compared to 1.93 billion in the previous quarter. The firm also warned of slowing revenue growth in the face of competition from rivals like TikTok and YouTube, while advertisers are also cutting spending. Meta's shares slumped by more than 20% in after-hours trading in New York. The slide in Meta's share price wiped around $200 billion of the company's stock market value. Shares in the other social media platforms including Twitter, Snap and Pinterest also fell sharply in extended trading. The chief executive Mark Zuckerberg said the firm's sales growth had been hurt by audiences, especially younger users, had left for rivals. Meta, which owns the world's second biggest digital advertising platforms after Google, also said it had been hit by privacy changes on Apple's operating system. The changes have made it harder for brands to target and measure their advertising on Facebook and Instagram, and could have an impact in order of 10 billion for this year, according to Meta's chief financial officer Dave Weiner. Meta's total revenue, the bulk of which comes from advertising sales, rose to $33.67 billion, narrowing beating market predictions. It also forecast revenues of between 27 billion to 29 billion for the next quarter. The Kenya Kwanza Brigade on Thursday took their bottom-up and pesa mfukoni campaigns to Kajiado County, led by ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi, Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula, together with allies of Deputy President William Ruto. The leaders urged the Mang residents to make a wise choice come August 9th election. Vincent Makoha Udmo.
The leaders who have partnered with Deputy President UDA party held rallies in Namanga, Ilbis, Mailitisa and Kajiado town. Earthquake. Addressing residents, Mudavadi termed suspicious and untimely plans to amend the election law just month before the August 9 polls.
This habit of trying to change the rules of the game at the 11th hour. Hii mambo ya kujaribu kubadilisha sheria dakika za mwisho.
The bill seeks, among other proposal, to bring back both manual and electronic transmission of presidential results. Mudavadi said the move by the government does not promote a level playing field for all aspirants and will fund poll-related chaos.
Hii ndio ilituletea shida, na mimi nakumbuka wakati wa Kivuito zile results zilikuwa zinaonekana kwa TV. Baada ya dakika chache TV zote zikazima. Mwaka wa 2007 tusirudishe pale. Jambo la pili, hii sheria ambayo wameleta sasa inataka izuie ukitaka kutransfer kutoka kwa voting station fulani uende kwenye nyingine, wanataka wazuie hiyo.
If passed, failure to transmit the results electronically will not be grounds for the Supreme Court to nullify the presidential vote.
And election violence has always emanated after bad practice during the election and in the preparation to the election. Please, please, please do not take Kenyans on that road.
Accompanied by UDS MPs, the leaders took a swipe at Azimio la Umoja coalition, terming it a state house project meant to propel ODM leader Raila Odinga to the presidency.
Azimio ni muradi wa serikali.
Ile NASA ambayo huyo mtu wa vitendawili alitumia kuania uraisi ilikuwa na shares ya Weta na shares ya ma-DVD. Ma-DVD na Weta wameondoa shares yao kwa NASA. Huyo mtu pia katikati ameondoa shares yake. Sasa imebaki ODM. Wameipaka rangi, sasa iitwe Azimio. Kama hiyo gari kubwa ambayo ilikuwa na Weta na ma-DVD hamukutushinda. Saa hii ma-DVD na Weta wako pamoja na sisi. Hiyo gari imebaki mkebe, tutawashinda asubuhi saa 2. Raila atakuwa analilia huko kwake Bondo akilia kwamba ameanguka.
Deputy President William Ruto is said to be out of the country and will join the Alliance campaign caravan in Mombasa on Saturday.
Na tunasema juhudi yetu ni Kenya kwanza. Tunaelewana? Hii ni team ambayo tunataka tufahamu kwamba mimi nikiwa kwa safari, mchezo unaendelea. Ruto akiwa kwa safari, mchezo unaendelea. Weta akiwa kwa safari, mchezo unaendelea. Yani hii ni team ambayo ina wachezaji ambao wanataka washikane pamoja, wafanye coordination, Kenya iwe mbele na tuweke Kenya kwanza. Jambo la pili, kwa sababu sitaki kupoteza wakati, ndugu zetu wamenena na tunaenda paka vituo vingine 5 hivi. Mimi nasema kama wa Kenya tumekataa muradi wa serikali. Azimio ni muradi wa serikali. Azimio ni project ya serikali.
Former Machakos Senator Johnston Mdama urged the Ma community to join the hustle Bandagwon and not accept to be divided along tribal lines.
Namuonea Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta huruma sana. Ninamuhurumia sana wewe rais, ninakuhurumia sana. Kwa sababu umebeba mzigo ambao hautaweza, na ni wewe peke yako tu ulikuwa hujabeba katika taifa letu la Kenya. Mwaka 2002 Kibaki alibeba Raila, hawakumaliza serikali wakiwa pamoja. Nitoboe nisitoboe? Wangapi wanasema nitoboe? Hapa ni siasa, sio mchezo. Tunamjua huyu mzee wa kitendawili ni mtu wa furugu. Mwaka 1982 alijaribu kupindua serikali ya Moi kwa kutumia nguvu. Ni kweli si kweli? Wale wanasema ni kweli wanionyeshe. Akaenda pale Thika na Mananza Sikuria na Wamalwa wakifanya uchaguzi wa Fort Kenya. Akapiga Wamalwa na akapiga vile vile Mananza Sikura, hiyo uchaguzi ikakatilika. Hakusoshekea hapo. Mwaka 2007 akakataa matokeo ya kura ya Kibaki. Kweli si kweli? Ninasema uongo au ni ukweli? Mwaka 2013 akakataa matokeo ya Uhuru. 2017 akakataa maneno ya Uhuru. Mimi wananchi nataka mniangalie nikiwa hapa. Mudavadi yuko hapa, Weta yuko hapa, nimeona Kithure Kindiki hapa, Murkomen yuko hapa, Omanga yuko hapa, Kenya yote iko hapa. Ninawaomba msikubali kupelekwa katika misingi ndoko ya kikabila, ati wewe ni Mkamba, wewe ni Mjaluo, wewe ni Mkikuyu. Nataka mkataa hiyo kitu.
Senator Wetangula said the Kenya Kwanza administration will provide affordable education from nursery to secondary, with the poor getting free education and health care.
Na nyinyi nyote Kenya Kwanza, tumekuja hapa kuwarai yale inayokuja mwezi wa 8. Rais Uhuru anastaafu, anaenda nyumbani. Amemaliza mihula yake ngapi? 2. Na sisi kama ANC na Ford Kenya tumeungana na William Ruto na timu kubwa, ndugu zetu akina Rigathi Gachagua, kina mama Wahome, kina baba yao na watu wengine. Haja yetu ni kubadilisha mkondo wa siasa ya Kenya. Tutoe politics of narrow-minded patronage. Tulete siasa ya kumpa mwananchi nafasi ya kujichagulia yule mtu anapenda. Na sisi tumemwambia Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, umefanya kazi yako, tunakuheshimu as our president, tutakuheshimu as our former president. Wachana na mambo ya miradi ya kisiasa. Ule mradi umetuletea utaanguka. Na ukianguka matope itakurukia wewe. Leave Raila alone. Sisi tunamjua, tumetembea na yeye, tunamuelewa, tunajua vile yana heshima kwa wale anafanya kazi nao.
tulifanya kazi na yeye. Hakuna mtu Raila hajakanyaga Kenya hii. Alikanyaga Uhuru, akakanyaga Ruto, akakanyaga Kalonzo, akakanyaga Weta, akakanyaga Musalia. Sasa amerudia ile mkondo yake tena. Tumeona wamekuwa huko kwetu Ingoka Kamega. Badala ya kuambia watu ni nini wanataka kufanyia Kenya, walikuwa na matusi kwa Musalia na Weta. Tunawaambia sisi ni kama vijiko vya jikoni, hatuogopi moto. Tutapambana na wao mundu humundu. Tutapambana na wao mundu humundu.
Senator Kithure Kindiki said the media should be allowed the freedom to work without restriction, including set up their own tallying centers.
Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mr. President Sir, the business you are in of trying to use force to force the people of Kenya to elect Raila Odinga, that business will leave you in embarrassment. Sijui kama tumeelewana. Mkiona rais, mumwambie hivi nikimalizia. Ukiona rais mumwambie sisi hatuna shida na yeye. Tunamheshimu. Ametufanyia madharau mingi, lakini tumheshimu pia na hiyo madharau yake. We will respect him now, we will respect him in retirement. Lakini ile kitu hatutafanya hata akifanya nini, ni kutushurutisha kupigia Raila Odinga kura. Wangapi wanakubaliana na mimi?
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
And now to education segment narrated by Millicent Makoha.
This academic giant continues to soar high in the skies like an eagle, enrolling thousands of students and providing quality, affordable and accessible education in Nyanza region and beyond, because we believe that education is the most powerful weapon that one can use to change the world. Indeed, it has been an exciting journey for Ugunja Vocational College, the most popular public institution for higher learning in Nyanza region. In Ugunja Vocational College, located in Ugunja Sub-County in Siaya County, is the Center for Excellence in equipping the trainees with skills and knowledge in technical studies.
My name is Audrey Odhiambo, the principal of Ugunja Technical and Vocational College. Ugunja Technical and Vocational College is a national institution, tertiary middle-level institution that is training in vocational education and training. We were established in the year 2019, that's about 2.5 years ago. And this is our academic 5th term. We should be privy to the information that the government is supporting technical and vocational training with 30,000 shillings, given that the college fee per year is 56,420. The only amount left therefore would be 26,420, and we would encourage our trainers, we do encourage all of them to apply for a loan called Higher Education Loan Board, which is also open to those who are pursuing their undergraduates, but ours is more or less assured. Immediately you apply, you would get the loan. Apparently the loan doesn't come as a 26,420. It comes more than that because we have to also factor in the out of pocket. This also helps the students be able to settle when they arrive and also take care of their academic needs. And that means you'll seamlessly go through the program. Not forgetting that we also have students who need to pay for their exam fee. The extra amount of money given by the Higher Education Loan Board usually helps the students register for their exams, and they can therefore say that the education is fully supported, and they would end up spending nothing from their pocket if they come to Ugunja Technical and Vocational College.
According to Mrs. Audrey Odhiambo, the school principal, the facility has the full set of equipment in the mechanical engineering, thus being the center for excellence in the region.
We are a center of excellence in mechanical engineering. For those are the equipment we have, and also ICT. We are located in Ugunja constituency, about 12 kilometers off the road, in a place called Mbosie Market Center. We wish to inform you that it is a place to be for any prospects, anyone who would wish to join us after completing their Form 4 for skills. We would wish to welcome them to Ugunja Technical and Vocational College. Currently we have over 500 students who are more or less walk-in students coming in, though we also have students who are supported by the government who are posted here from all over the country.
The institute offers diploma, certificate and artisan courses in ICT, hospitality, among many other courses.
And we offer courses such as mechanical engineering at 3 levels. We have a diploma in mechanical engineering certificate, and we also have artisan in metal work processing. We offer electrical and electronic engineering at 3 levels, that is the diploma, certificate and artisan, that is artisan electrical wireman. We also have building and civil engineering department. In building and civil engineering department, we offer diploma in building and construction, certificate in building technology and artisan, and we also have a certificate in plumbing and artisan in plumbing in the same category. We have the ICT department where we offer diploma and certificate in ICT. Under liberal studies, we have diploma in social work and craft certificate in social work. We have the hospitality department where we deal with the food and beverage. That is at a certificate level. We also offer certificate, that is artisan in hairdressing and beauty therapy. Another department is business department where we offer diploma in supply chain management, certificate in supply chain management. And we also offer the accounting courses, that is certified public accountant and accounting technician diploma. Those are the courses that we offer in Ugunja Technical and Vocational Training College. Currently the college has got 534 trainees, and our first trainees sat the NEC exam early July last year, where we had a very good performance, and they are actually back for their module 2. We are having students who have gone for another attachment. The second exam was in November. The students who took November exam are out for attachment. And we are Center of Excellence in Mechanical Engineering. We have got very established departments, that is in building and civil engineering. That course we have got quite a number of trainees who are interested in it. We also have got a very good Center of Excellence in also food and beverage, where the students do very well.
Due to the quality of knowledge and skills offered from Ugunja Vocational College, the management has called on the youths in the region to join the institution.
We wish to welcome you. Feel free to come, get to be given what we call career guidance. That's what we give all our students before they are enrolled for any course, so that they learn of their abilities and they make informed choices. By the time they are going for their choice courses, they are confident that that is what they have the ability to do, and they pursue it with such confidence that make them pass.
We welcome all the Kenyans who would like to apply for the intakes. We normally have January intake and September intake. So far we are working on the September intake. We have just closed the January intake. We are working on the September intake, and we believe we are going to hit a target of 1,000 students by the end of the year.
I want to also appreciate that our national government, county, CDF funds usually support our students from their respective areas, and much more so our very local area where we are situated. Our area MP, His Honorable Opio Wandai, has been very supportive in his venture to ensure that the youth of this community benefit from this facility, which is though national but situated in Ugunja sub-county. Most of our population students come from within Ugunja. I want to appreciate the effort by also the county government for supporting our students with the county CDF. All other CDFs that have been keen enough to support students who come from Ugunja Technical and Vocational College would wish to request that at the earliest opportunity, the youth that we have, don't forget that what you will learn at Ugunja TVC will be for a lifetime, and it is something that you will not lose even as you grow old. You will have employed yourself for life, not for a period.
For Maisha Education segment, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
Still in feature mode, let's listen to our daily feature, My Hustle, My Life, My Story.
Life has never been that hard. Once you focus yourself, you get determined, and you decide your life, the kind of life you need actually in life. You just have to hustle. You just have to work hard. And Maisha Television on my today tour, just behind me, Rockstar Hotel. I'll be just touring in one of these cars. Actually, from the look of things, on upwards behind, you can confirm to me actually that hustle is real, and there Maisha Television on my hustle walk, daily walk, just to ensure that business actually is going out there nicely. People are really working hard, people are struggling to get a daily bread, and I'm here with one of a friend who has managed to have a big carriage, a light carriage in Bungoma market, Bungoma town. Remember, this is a show that actually goes from Monday to Friday, and I'm here. So just have a look on what will be ahead of us. Hustle ni real, na lazima ujitume, lazima ungangane. Mayouth lazima mtoke kule nje, wababa lazima mtoke, ndio at least ukirejea pale nyumbani jioni utakuwa umepata kitu. Ukiangalia nyuma yangu kuna myouth yako pale kweli anasema lazima watu wa hustle, na nafurahia. That's good actually. Unaitwa nani kwa majina?
Kwa majina naitwa Fred Kwanjala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hapa mjini manake nimesimama nyuma ya gari, sielewi ile gari ni la hustle. Hapa mjini unajihusisha na nini?
Mimi sana nafanya kazi ya kuunda magari. Kuuza magari, na hapo kwa garage natengeneza magari, alafu nafanya na kazi ya panel fitting, nafanya kazi ya ni wiring.
Okay, kidogo tu umesema unafanya kazi ya garage. Na mtazamaji, ukiangalia nyuma yangu, ukiangalia hilo ni gari, na Alfred atakuwa anahakikisha kwamba hilo gari limeondoka hapa hivi. Na nikiangalia tu, labda manake utueleze, kwa unaona hii sijui ni ya nini, hii ni ya nini, unieleze kazi yake. Hili gari sasa limeletwa hapa, limefunikwa kufikia hadi hapa hivi ndio liondoke. Unaanza vipi?
Kwanza tunaanza na kudetect makosa, tuangalie shida nini. Customer mwenye anakuja na gari atuelezee, tuelewe kwamba kari iko na shida gani, kisha akishatupea pia nasi tuhakikishe kwamba tumepata, tumejaribu na tumetest, tumeona makosa ya kari, kisha ndipo tukaanze kutengeneza.
Wanjala says has been in business for 15 years.
Hii kazi kwa sasa nimefanya kwa muda, naweza kukarimu kama miaka karibu 15-18 hivi nikiwa nafanya hii kazi.
Miaka 15, hiyo ni ishara kwamba umekuwa ukijituma na hiyo ni hustle real. Ulianza vipi ndio ukafika hapa? Maana miaka 15 at least kuna mali ulianzia.
Kwa kwanza kazi ya hustle hii ni kazi ambayo kwanza inahitaji kujituma ama inahitaji mtu mwenye ako na moyo. Na wakati nilipoanza hii kazi kwanza nilienda chuoni nikasomea, na nilipomaliza baada ya miaka 2 nikatokea nikaandikwa kazi pia nami nikaanza kuwa kama mtu wa mkono wa mtu, nikafanya kazi kwa muda, kisha nikafika mahali nikaona kwamba nimejitosheleza hata naweza kujiandika.
He also highlights the benefits he gets from his hustle as a mechanic, including creating employment to youths.
Hii kazi imenisaidia maana sasa vile niko hivi niko na familia. Na nilipoanza hii kazi nilikuwa sijaoa, na kisha nikaoa, nikanisaidia nikalipa mahari, na niko na watoto sasa hizi inasomesha watoto, nasaidia hata kupata input za shamba pia napata tu hapa. Napata kwamba sasa hizi watoto wamesoma na wanaendelea, lakini hiyo mfaida yote ama school fees yao napata kwa hii garage.
Nikiangalia kanda yangu kuna ndugu yangu anajiburudisha hapo hivi, kuna yule mwingine, labda uniambie hapa ndani ni wakina nani?
Hawa ni vijana kwangu ambao nimeajiri hapa wananisaidia kazi.
Habari ndugu yangu?
Nzuri sana.
Unaitwa nani?
Eric.
Naona unafurahia kazi yako na mkubwa amesema wewe ni mmoja wale ambao umeajiriwa. Yaani unafeel vipi wewe kwa yote na unang'ang'ana na hustle kama hii?
Mimi nafeel mzuri. Hii kazi inasaidia kulipa nyumba. Kusaidia hata wazazi huko nyumbani.
Kazi yako umeifanya kwa muda gani? Miaka 5. Na ina manufaa gani kwako? Okay, ongea na vijana kule nyumbani ama kule nje, maana vijana siku hizi wengi wamesoma, lakini kidogo kazi hapa Kenya imekuwa ngumu. Waweza waambia vipi?
Vijana naambia tu kuja tuingie kazi ya mkono. Ni acho kazi. Unaweza ngoja kazi ya ofisi. Hawezi kufuta mtu ndo anakuandika. Bali tufunze hii na hiyo utakufa mpaka tu waachie mtoto wako mpaka wachukue.
Ukiendelea manufaa ambayo umepata kwa hii kazi yako.
Sasa hii kazi niseme imenisaidia, nimeweza kupata mahali kwa hii kazi. Nimeweza kununua kuna vitu nimenunua kule nyumbani, kuna vitu nimesinunua. Na imesaidia kutunza na kulea hata familia yangu. Ninapotoka hapa huwa nahakikisha kwamba hata nao wanafurahi, wanaona kwamba baba alienda kazi ama mzee wetu alienda kazi. Sasa wanafanikiwa. Imewasaidia hata kule nyumbani, unapoenda kule nyumbani unaona hakika kwamba kuna kazi ambayo nafanya na ni kazi ya jua kali tu. Mimi ningetaka kuambia vijana ni kwamba saa hizi kazi ya jua kali imeajiri vijana wengi, na ukisema kwamba unakaa tu nyumbani kule kungoja kwamba utafutiwe kazi, saa zingine unaweza kosa kazi. Sasa ningependa kualika kila kijana ambaye anaona kwamba hako na haja na moyo kufundisha hii kazi, akaweza kuja ili kumfundishe kazi, na siku zinazokuja ataweza kusimama na itamsaidia katika maisha yake.
Although in business there are always challenges, Fred has advised everyone, especially the youth, to venture much in business.
Kwanza wakati nilipoingia hapa nikianza hii kazi, changamoto zilikuwa mingi, maana hapa mahali unapata kwamba tunahitaji kulipa uwanja huu, tunalipa rent, na hata pia tuna license hapa tunalipia. Unapata kwamba hapa hizi mali yenye tuko nazo hapa makasa watu hizi asiwezi kuwa tu hapa bure, lazima tutafute mtu ambaye analinda hii mali. Napata kwamba kuandika hao watu pia inakarimu pesa.
Na upande wa security kwa kazi yako iko vipi?
Sasa security hapa mahali iko sawa, ndio maana nimekuambia kwamba huwa tunaandika watu ambao wanalinda hii kazi, maana hii kazi ina mali za watu, haiwezi kutoka tu bure. huwezi kuacha bure mali ya watu. Na unapopata customer mmoja, huyo customer mtunze ili naye aone kwamba amekutunza, na unapomtunza utapata kwamba yule customer mmoja ataanza kuleta customer mwingine. Na ningependa kushauri wale ambao wanatamani kuanza hii kazi ya jua kali kwamba wajitoa kufanya hii kazi, maana hii kazi sio lazima kuwa na pesa mingi. Unapokuwa na pesa kidogo tu ya bora upate na mahali pa kufanyia kazi, na hiyo pesa ujitume na ukuwe mwaminifu kwa ile kazi ambayo unafanya, unapata kwamba utapata kuendelea.
Siku hizi tukiangalia kumekuwa na competition, actually tunaishi kwa competitive world. Na nimeangalia hapa hivi sijaona mwanadada. Ikawa hamna mwanadada hapo ndani.
Na huwa wanakuja lakini mara mingi sijajua wajakuwa na uzoefu ama nini, maana huwa wanakuja na wanafanya kazi kwa muda. Hata mwaka jana tumekuwa nao hapa karibu 3, lakini walifika mahali na wakajitoa tu kuelewa shida nini.
For Maisha Hustle segment, Maisha Television, I'm Jennifer Okongo.
And now to a new segment 5/5. The introduction of the bill seeking to bring back manual transmission of election results, which was last used in 2007, has elicited mixed reactions on the internet since Wednesday and the better part of Thursday morning. This was after 3 out of Kenya's 4 dailies front page the details of the proposed elections amendment bill. The state-sponsored bill was tabled on the floor of the House on Wednesday by Majority Leader Amos Kimunya. Clause 21 seeks to amend Section 44A of the Act to provide for a complementary mechanism for voter identification and transmission of election results. Most Kenyans got wind of the bill and its details from the newspaper on Thursday morning and partly Wednesday night from e-papers. The United and Democratic Alliance UDA digital strategist Dennis Itumbi was among the first to share the information on their social media platforms a few minutes to midnight. Itumbi expressed his displeasure on the bill, saying his political team will have over 55,000 accounts for announcing the August 9th polls results parallel from the electoral body IEBC. Anyway, most Kenyans expressed their fears of possible election interference that could lead to chaos similar to 2007 post-election violence. Some Kenyans discouraged the use of manual transmission of voting results, saying it will highly spread the COVID-19 disease. On the contrary, some netizens were in full support of the bill and sounded unbothered as long as their preferred candidates won the elections. The Election Amendment Bill 2022 is pushing for alternative methods that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC can deploy to relay results during the August 9 polls. It further seeks to allow for manual identification of voters at the polling stations amid claims of dead voter casting their votes in alleged election manipulation in the previous elections. The bill seeks to allow for manual identification of voters at the polling station. The claims of dead voters casting their ballot have been on the heart of alleged election manipulation in the previous elections. If made law, returning officer managing the polls will have to physically deliver election results to the National Tallying Center if doing so electronically fails. After the 2007 elections, a new commission IEBC was formed to conduct election process electronically for easy verification. That was our Prime 5 out of 5 with me, Rida Kering Chebet, from the editorial board that brings you the authoritative and now the most watched bulletin that airs Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. and on weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. A big thank you to everyone who made this possible, including the camera people, reporters, and the editorial team. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
A strong woman knows she has strength enough for the journey. But a woman of strength knows it is in the journey where she will become strong. Join Irene Mumbo Bushebi and Rita Kering on Prime Women Talk every Wednesday from 8 p.m. exclusive to MTV.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is live at Hammersmith.
Barcelona is live from Damascus.
We're on the doorstep. For Maisha TV.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Trusted news, trusted sources, trusted dissemination of information.
Protect by all available means our territory.
Parliament must be careful.
Maisha Prime News, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Trusted, unbiased, authoritative. The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is Prime News. Only on Maisha TV. Prepare for the beast. Informative. Authoritative. Unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Alright, welcome back if you're just tuning in. This is PLG, Politics, Leadership and Governance. My name is Rita Kering and I'm joined by
Bushebi Jr.
Yeah, and you can follow this conversation Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. You can also engage with us on our phone number, that is 0746 99841. So Bushebi Jr., let's now talk about strategies. We see Kenya Kwanza is really focused on economy, reviving the country's economy, and on the other hand, the Azimio la Umoja movement, they are, I can say that they are basing on social welfare. How can you analyze these two strategies?
If I'm not wrong, both of them are basing their ideas, or they're selling their idea to Kenyans through the portfolio of economy, because we've seen Raila Odinga coming up and saying we'll give 6,000 shillings. That is part of his manifesto, or the Azimio la Umoja. But the way we understand and the way I've gotten out of Azimio la Umoja's agenda is that they want a cohesive country first. They want that unity. That's why it's called Azimio la Umoja. So they're actually arguing that you cannot have an economic boost unless you are united.
Do you think that the country is not united?
So the unity, I can say this. Kenyans feel marginalized basing on the economic situation right now in the country. For example, parents will feel like we are not having enough money in our pockets. Okay, business people, so many businesses have closed down, by the way. So many people, there's a high rate of depression and suicide and stress.
Yeah.
So that is the disunity that you see. They feel disconnected to the promises that Jubilee government made. There are a lot of things that politicians come and promise and say we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and then after 5 years, after 10 years, the whole country feels like totally disconnected. Nobody even wants to talk about. You've seen even the voter registration thing. Nobody even wants to care about the voting anymore, because they feel like we just keep on voting the same monkeys and they keep on dancing the same song. So it's just a matter of every election year, it's just switching on the music again and the dancing begins. There's corruption, the high rate of living, I mean the cost of living. There is a lot of insecurity, and Kenyans feel like we have not gotten what we were actually promised. Okay, so when the government talks of economy imekuwa to a common mwananchi, economy hiyo imekuwa maybe kwa they don't even
life
yes, but when you look at the technocrats and the people who actually do the economic stuff, economy imekuwa okay, because you can look at the infrastructure, you can look at the where money has been going, manufacturing and stuff like that, but at the same time it's been so biased. You've seen this not just in the national government, you've seen this even in the county governments, where all tenders and all projects and all money goes to the same person who is in power. Meform kampuni kama 20, zote ni zake, moja ni ya mke wake, ingine ni ya klande, ingine ni ya mtoi, ingine sijui ni ya nani. Sasa hii inajenga barabara, hii sijui inabomoa nini, hii sijui ina supply nini, hii sijui ina supply nini. So you find that one person is taking all the billions of shillings.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest problem that we have in Kenya. Kenyans feel disconnected. That is where the disunity comes in. We don't talk the same language. Kuna nguruwe wenye ni nguruwe zaidi. Yeah? Na kuna nguruwe ambao they are lesser. You've seen Kenyans saying we are not children of a lesser God. That is where the disunity comes in. It's not that Kenyans or Kenya as a country lacks resources. Kenya has a lot of resources. But it is the misuse of those resources. And let me tell you, Rida, Chebet, the problem in Kenya is not that there is no money. Kenya kuna pesa mingi sana. And the problem comes in when one person has billions and trillions of shillings. One person. Okay? And hii pesa, the biggest problem is that hii pesa imewekwa somewhere, it's not in circulation. Okay? So unapata hata hii pesa ingekuwa in circulation, hii pesa ingekuwa imeinvestiwa mahali, mwalimu atakula kidogo, hoka atakula kidogo, mama mboga atakula kidogo, ile biashara itapata kidogo, because pesa ni chain. That's why it's called currency. It keeps on moving. Okay? Unanipatia shilingi 10,000, mimi nalipa deni yangu ya shilingi 2,000, ule mwenye nimempatia 2,000 anaenda kulipa mama mboga alikuwa kwa black book, anatoka hapo anaenda. You see, the money is flowing from 10,000 shillings, almost 50 people, kila mtu amepata 200, 1,000, 300. Pesa imeenda. By the time hii pesa inakurudia, because hii pesa ni unapata tena, si kwamba ni mpya. Nilizunguka tu, ile pesa ulipeana ikaenda alafu ikafanya nini? Ikarudi. Now the problem comes in when this person is a leader. Either you are the president or you are the governor, or maybe wewe ni senator, ama sijui wewe ni nani. You are in this powerful position, or even the deputy president, or maybe the opposition leader, because hakuna mtu wako excluded. You are in this powerful position where you umeregister companies. One company umeweka kwa jina ya so and so, another company umeweka kwa jina, and all these tenders, all this money zinapitia kwa hizo makampuni zikifanya nini? Zikienda. Ukifuata hiyo pesa imeenda South Africa, hiyo pesa imeenda Australia, hiyo pesa sijui imeenda wapi na imewekwa. Sasa imetulia. Hata ungeamua ujenge nyumba ama ujenge supermarket, kuna jamaa mjengo angepata angepata kazi, foreman angepata kazi, kungekuwa na mtu anaenda na 1,000 nyumbani per day. But now you steal money and you don't put it in circulation. Okay? And I don't mean handouts. Okay? You invest that money so that somebody can get a job and get paid, so that pesa itembee. But wakati unasikia wa Kenya wanalia wanasema hakuna pesa kwa mfuko, ni kwa sababu one person somewhere or two people in a county, okay, ama in the country. Wamefanya nini? Wamechukua kibunda ya pesa na wakaweka mahali. So why is the country divided? It is divided because there is no enough money. Enda saizi ulize mtu hata nisaidie shilingi 50. Na watu wanakopa, unakopa huku, ulipe huku. Huku deni huku ikifika tena unarudi unakopa huku, ulipe hiyo deni. That's how people are surviving. People are surviving in debt. Si ati hakuna pesa Kenya. Ukisikia one sitting umeongea juu ya hizo tent meetings. One sitting, 2 hour meeting. 15 million imeisha. Kesho tena 15 million imeisha. Kesho kutwa 100 million imeisha. When you look at these committees that have politicians have been sitting in these committees, one sitting, pesa tu yenye inatembea hapo. When you look at the voting and passing of these bills, unadhani ni allegations but ni reality. 1,100 kila mtu. How much money is that? If there are 50 or let's say 120 MPs and each is being given 100,000 shillings, upige hesabu. And then you want to say Kenya hakuna pesa. Kenya iko pesa. The only problem is mtu anachukua milioni 500 anaenda anaficha chini ya mattress na anakaa for another 1 year. Boss, si hata utoe hiyo pesa ufanye kitu. Si ufanye kitu. Fanya kitu. Watu wapate hiyo pesa circulate. Now the money is not moving. Kenyans are not moving. Na the custodian of money ni serikali. Wakati few individuals wanachukua pesa kutoka kwa serikali na wanakaa nayo, mwananchi wa kawaida hawezi pata hata shilingi. Mwananchi hawezi pata because pesa inatoka central bank. Wakati serikali haina pesa, mwananchi wa kawaida hata shilingi hautashika. Because money, serikali ndio mdosi. Lakini sasa pesa ikitoka na iko na majamaa kama 2 3 wamekwama hapo mbele, wanachukua. Haiwezi fikia mwananchi. And that is where the politics of Kenya has come in. Sasa what I've explained is how William Ruto arrived at bottom up. What I've explained is how Raila Odinga arrived at trickle down. All of them are trying to explain how they are going to make sure hii pesa ina circulate kwa mwananchi. Ili pesa iwe mfukoni, now Mudavadi also comes in. Ili pesa ifikue mashinani, now the other route also comes in. So all these politicians are trying to explain how they are going to solve this problem of money in Kenya. Okay? And the inflation. Watu wanasema Kenya iko deni kubwa sana. Kenya haijasota. Hii Kenya iko pesa. Lakini shida ni ile kitu nimekuexplainia. Na if we can find a leader mwenye anaweza solve this, then the country will be united.
Yeah, and now let's shift focus to Western Kenya, and let's start with Mzee Atwoli. The other day he was asking the Western people not to attend Deputy President William Ruto's rally, saying that Ruto is abusing him and also the leaders of Western Kenya. And I saw a post on Maisha Television Kenya where I think it was a reply from Kenyans where they were asking him, ukisema shenzi sana, hiyo ni salamu ama si matusi?
Well, I know Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli has been playing politics for quite some time right now. So you have to differentiate between Francis Atwoli the Mzee and then Francis Atwoli the politicians and Francis Atwoli the comedian. Okay? So you really need to know who is talking at what point. So when it comes to politics, he has tried to create an opinion. He is a leader, because when you're a leader of millions of workers, not just in Kenya but all over the world, he's a great leader. So he has a lot of say. Okay, he can't just keep quiet if he sees that there's something he needs to do. He just can't keep quiet. He must add his voice. And the big question is, why are you adding your voice to this? What was missing that you actually needed to put your voice also in this matter? And so he as mzee wa nchi, you know we have wazee kwa nchi. Number 2, as a leader, Kotu Secretary General, he is right to put his voice into the leadership of the country, because he's a leader of so many. The workers are so many in Kenya. He's right like I said, business people, they are leaders.
Opinion.
So he's a man who can influence the workers to vote for you. He can say, listen to me, the people that I lead, let's vote for this person. Okay? So he cannot be dismissed. As much as there's this political smearing between him and Ruto and stuff like that, he can't be dismissed just like that, like, tuli nana say gani. You'll discover that his voice to the people that he leads and believe, by the time people give him that post, they trust him. So there are things when it's just like a pastor. Ako na congregation ya 20 people, akiwaambia tuvotie mtu fulani, you'll be shocked. Out of 20, maybe 15 watavote. According to how the pastor said. But he used to dismiss, tu 20, pastor hata hajui kuongea, hata convince nani. But there are people who believe in that pastor. There are people who believe in that sheikh. There are people who believe in Atwoli. As much as what he says sometimes, hata wewe unaangalia unasema mzee nini mbaya. Lakini there are people who believe in him. And those are the people that he leads. And he always tells Kenyans, like, listen, I'm a leader. And I lead people. Anaanza kucount hizo maofisi sijui yako nayo wapi nini. It sounds comedy, but it's reality. He's a leader.
So do you think he was right by asking the Western Kenyan people not to attend William Ruto's rallies?
Why should he be wrong? Why should he be wrong?
And why should he be right?
And why
does he have any power to control are you saying that now he's the spokesperson of Western Kenya?
He is not forcing anybody. He is speaking to people who have chosen to listen to him. There is nobody that was forced to listen to Atwoli. There is nobody in that meeting where he said those words that does not support and buy Atwoli's agenda. And Atwoli's agenda is Azimio la Umoja. And he was telling Azimio la Umoja leaders, he was saying that during the Azimio la Umoja leaders. So he was speaking to his people. Like, listen, don't attend William Ruto's events or meetings. When he speaks that to the leaders, do you know what that means? Like I told you, it's a chain. Now the leaders will speak to the people. Like, don't buy into William Ruto's agenda. That is the whole essence of his sentiments. It's not that he hates William Ruto. He doesn't hate William Ruto.
Siasa.
Ni siasa. And he's trying to deconstruct what William Ruto has gained in Western Kenya. Okay? Like I said, he's a leader and he has his own manifesto and how he thinks and believes the country should go. And especially Western Kenya where he comes from. So he has a right. He has a right to speak what he's speaking. He has a right to speak to the people that believe him. If you don't want to listen to him, yes, fine. Atwoli said this, hiyo ni mambo yake, unaachana naye.
Freedom of expression.
Freedom of expression. One thing I would like Kenyans to realize is that don't dismiss a leader. Hata kama anaongoza mtu mmoja. Hiyo ni kura. Don't just sit there and say Atwoli nonsense, Atwoli nini. This man, don't be shocked, he might say something and 20 people vote for the person he actually said. Na hizo 20 votes ndo zina determine nani president. So you don't dismiss people. And he was right because hakuna sheria alivunja kwa kusema hivyo, and he was speaking. Ni kama wewe uende uambie watu agenda yangu ni hii. Mimi kama Rida Chebet ninasema sitaki William Ruto. You're not wrong. So umesema hutaki William Ruto. Na wangapi wananiunga mkono? Watu mbili wanabeba mkono juu. See, you've achieved what you wanted. Are you wrong or right?
Actually, my main concern was about the reason why he was asking the Western people not to attend Ruto's rallies. He was saying that Ruto anamwongelesha vibaya. I think it's because of the statement which you've seen the deputy president using in most occasions. Mzawa Manyororo.
Yes, alimuita mzawa Nyororo, Atwoli alikuwa anasema shenzi sana. That is their own issues. But what we know, when we get to the facts, what we know is that Atwoli has never bought the agenda of William Ruto, the bottom-up thing. And that is where everything comes from. Because if William Ruto's agenda resonated well with Atwoli's agenda, Ruto and Atwoli would be working together.
And by the way, still related to that, when Mudavadi and Wetangula were still in Oka, we saw ODM leaders in Western Kenya, I can say Atwoli, we have Oparanya and other leaders. They were convincing Musalia na Mudavadi na Wetangula mkuje nyumbani, tuungane tuchukue kitu as one. But when the two leaders decided to join to form the Kenya Kwanza, now they are saying that I saw the outgoing Kakamega governor Wycliffe Oparanya saying that at least William Ruto ameondoa mzigo ya Western ambaye ni Musalia Mudavadi.
You know, everyone is angry with Mudavadi right now, and especially ODM and the Azimio team. But that is the truth. That team is not happy with Musalia Mudavadi because, you know, as much as they tried to rubbish Musalia as a non-entity in politics, Musalia is a king in Western region. Combine Musalia and Moses Wetangula, they have been kings and kingmakers in Western region. So you can't just dismiss them. Like I said, hata kama control 100%. But yes, almost 50-60% of people listen to Moses Wetangula, they listen to Atwoli. Okay? Forget about the people who are making noise in media. Weenda kwa ground na usikie vile watu wanaongea. Achana na politicians wanapiga tu panganga. Unajua they keep saying things just to dismiss, to change the perception. And you know, politics is about perception, what people think. Okay? So Mudavadi, I think he expected what he's getting right now, because ODM is not happy with Mudavadi. And Mudavadi started it. Ye mwenye alidetonate hiyo bomb. So hiyo bomb vile inaendelea kulipuka na bado inalipuka paka saa hii. Wenye inalipua hata kama ni yeye mwenyewe imlipue tu. Because he started it. He said the government has failed. He said Raila cannot be trusted. He started it. Okay? So yeye alilipua. So inarudi tu.
Yeah. So when these leaders are talking, kina Oparanya and others, unasema maybe it's ni uchungu ya kuachwa na they didn't expect that because the other time they wanted him. Now that amewaacha unasema umeondoa mzigo.
Ulisikia Atwoli akisema hiyo speech ni Ruto aliandika. Ulisikia Atwoli akisema hiyo speech si ya Mudavadi, Ruto ndiye aliandika hiyo speech. That tells you the pain. You saw how even Atwoli spoke. He spoke with a lot of pain in his. You could see pain all over his face. You could see it. I mean, up to now, they're still trying to process the whole thing. And what next? Because now we don't. And this, the way Mudavadi did this thing, he never told anybody. Nobody even knew what was coming. Okay, so even kina Kalonzo wakakuwa embarrassed wenyewe when they discovered William Ruto is coming to the meeting, and wakatoroka mbio. Sisi wanabaki na ile brand ya jamaa walitoka mbio wakati Ruto alifanya nini? Alikuja. You see, so nobody expected it. When they talked of earthquake, I mean, I think this is it. Maybe tungoje tsunami ama volcano sasa, because earthquake ishafanya nini? Isha happen. So somebody somewhere should prepare a tsunami or prepare a volcano now that we've already had an earthquake. But one thing I know is that Musalia Mudavadi disappointed Azimio la Umoja. That is true. Because he deconstructed, confused, and you know, what next? What next? But the other time I was here, I was talking about Musalia's, what I think Musalia saw before he made that decision. Because he saw in Azimio
Hakuna space yake.
Hakuna space yake. And there's no way he'll go to Azimio and say, Raila, can you deputize me?
Una say by the
way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And since Mudavadi's move to join Ruto's UDA, we've seen defections. Wale leaders wadogo ambao walikuwa wameelektiwa na chama yake. They have been escaping, they have been decamping to DAP Kenya.
No, hiyo ni pesa. DAP Kenya, personally I believe DAP Kenya was just it's a creation. Where is New Ford Kenya? There was Ford Kenya. Eugene Wamalwa started New Ford Kenya. Iko wapi?
Jina tu change because the symbol is still the same.
Every election period you cannot just be coming up with political parties, then use it to destroy Luya votes, and then after that it dies, and then after 5 years you form another. Now sasa tuko na mbolea. Where is New Ford Kenya? Because this is just pure merchandising, political merchandising. People cannot just. I've listened to those who are defecting. I've tried to understand what they are saying when they are defecting. There's nothing that they are saying. Hakuna point ya mtu anasema na defect kwa nini. It's not because mistreatiwa. It's not because it's just you can just see the excitement of moving to a new party, and just follow the pocket. Mtu was mwanaume tu smile tu ovyo sheepishly to him. Umefurahi, you have no reason as to why you are doing. You can't tell the people you've been leading why you are doing whatever you are doing. Okay, we saw when Musalia Mudavadi was migrating to this Kenya Kwanza stuff, he gave his reasons. And up to now people are still grappling with those reasons. Up to now people are still abusing him because of those reasons. But we see these people are defecting, even those ones who are leaving ANC to DAP Kenya. They don't have a reason.
They're saying that it's because Mudavadi alienda.
Sasa, what is the reason? You've not said anything. Can you tell us exactly why you're defecting? Kama ni pesa tuambie umepewa, I've been given this amount of money. Because right now, Mudavadi knew it. Okay? Ford Kenya, you saw what happened to Ford Kenya. The people who formed DAP Kenya, ni kina nani?
The remnants.
Exactly.
Ford Kenya.
Why is Eugene Wamalwa so excited? You see him dancing and smiling and putting a lot of energy on DAP Kenya. It is to dismantle Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. Yeah.
And also we saw some leaders from Kakamega, MCAs, members of county assembly, and they were saying that they are being approached by DAP Kenya. Wanataka watoke kwa hiyo party ya but then we saw DAP Kenya spoke on Wednesday and they said that those are lies.
Si usimame sahi uone sema nataka kuwa MCA, nataka kuwa women rep, nataka kuwa through DAP, utakula vizuri tu. Pesa iko. But this is the thing. Me, I'm not saying somebody has been bribed. It shouldn't be misquoted. But what I'm saying is that I've not seen any valid reason as to why I'm saying this. Because I just see this as weaklings trying to run up and down. Because as a leader, you need to have a strong position. I've seen this guy who used to be deputy of ANC. What is his name?
But ANC has always dismissed that Savula has never been the deputy party leader.
He's claimed that he's been the deputy. There are two things. One, it's a script that he's planted there by Mudavadi himself. That is a possibility. Two, it could be that he was given some good money. Three, actually number three is just maybe he's trying to be relevant. I also want to be the talk of the nation. Okay.
And by the way, he's achieved that because amekuwa sana in national televisions talking about Musalia's new pact with Deputy President William Ruto.
You know these elections are August. After August, there are people you'll never hear again. And it's crazy how you can remain relevant once you're thrown out. That's why I respect Raila Odinga. How Raila Odinga has managed to stay relevant in politics Raila is an institution on its own. Okay? He's a book to be studied. He's a book to be studied. I think most people have said we've not seen Raila Odinga doing investments here and there, ajajenga barabara, ajajenga. But when you look at the political investment in Kenya, if you look at all the changes, even in the constitution, the new constitution and everything, if you look at the political investment in the country, even the freedoms that we enjoy today, making a lot of noise and talking about things, and if you look at all this, somebody had to suffer, and one person who suffered, one among many, is Raila Odinga. Okay, when we come to the political investment in Kenya, I think we should give credit where it's due. Raila Odinga is an epitome, an institution that should be studied. Okay, a book that should be rewritten and rewritten for generations. Okay, we know there's a reality of how he's been betrayed, and he's gone with a good heart into a deal, and na pia akona weaknesses zake na mabetrayal zake, but credit should be given to Raila Odinga for staying relevant. Okay, and has he had some people? Yes. Kuna watu wanamlia. Okay, when you look at William Ruto is still young. Okay, yeah.
I guess yes, I think around 1997.
Yeah, lakini toka university amego to siasa, but he's young anyway, and his political investment is still wanting because he's been opposing everything. Okay,
and I think that is just a strategy because if you see his opposition to some of the things like constitution back then,
yes,
akakuja akaoppose juu ilikuwa nini, hiyo ndio mfanya. I think that is ametumia hiyo kama strategy ya kujaribu kuwa relevant pia kwa game.
Yes, that is politics. But now look at the investment on history. It's going to judge him harshly for opposing everything. Okay, he's never supported anything. So that's why I think he wants to be the president so that he can create a legacy for himself. But he never supported even the constitution that the other day they wanted to change, and he again opposed it. Okay, so William Ruto plays his cards in a way that you can't really understand what he's up to. And what propelled William Ruto to greater heights in politics is when he decided to test the waters by opposing the constitution. He didn't want the changes. And he said something. There's a clip I was watching, and he was being interviewed by Jeff Koinange, I think, on the bench. And there are things he was saying about land, and stuff like that. Mashamba sijui itakuaje. And I was listening to him, and I was like, hey, I think this is imagination. I think Ruto is imagining.
But he managed to convince a big number of Kenyans.
But they did it through the propaganda of this gay stuff and homosexuality and lesbianism and stuff like that. And if you want Kenyans to reject anything good or bad, immediately tell them it has gayism or lesbianism inside. Just tell them this phone comes with lesbianism and gayism inside. They will never buy that phone. Okay, so the moment they say they are going to legalize same-sex marriage and stuff like that, trust you me, the church and Kenyans, 95% of Kenyans are just church people. Whether they are drunkards, whether they are bank smokers, whether they are drug addicts, whether they are pagans, they mention God, they respect God, and they want to respect that God. So anything that touches on religion, especially the church in Kenya, hata yule mlevi kwa bar mwenye hajai kanyaenda kanisani Christmas peke yake, atakwambia bwana toa hapo ujinga wako peleka wapi kwingine. You can't speak anything that touches on God negatively, and a Kenyan will just look at you. You see, so the other day, Ida Odinga, when she said these small churches should be regulated, and you saw the backlash, like, oh, ndio maana mnataka kuwa president, so that muue makanisa. And that alone costs a lot. That costs in Kenya. Because Kenyans, if you don't understand the attitude of Kenyans, Mkenya, don't judge Mkenya, umungu ya Mkenya basing on pombe, ama basing on tabia yake funny. Okay? Kenyans know scriptures. Kenya ni mlevi lakini anakuhubiria. Mlevi ndio huyo anaona barabara na anaomba Mungu, mimi bora unifikishe tu kwa nyumba. Sambamba, asante Mungu. Na anaomba na ni mlevi. You cannot take God out of Kenyans. And this is one country where people pray a lot. We saw people fasting and praying on the streets of Nairobi. And they do it in turns. Now they're not your ati hawana kazi ama nini. Somebody comes, they park their car somewhere, ananil pale chini, analilia Mungu wake. Okay? So matters religion and especially church in Kenya. Be very careful. Don't just say anything. Don't just come there and say, you know, I want pastors to be trained. They need to have kwani degree ndio inatoa pepo kwa mtu.
Nasema kuhubiri ni upako. Inatoka kwa
It's a calling. So when you get into those matters, it becomes a different kind of argument. How will you convince somebody mwenye mtoto wake alikuwa anakufa kwa sababu ya ugonjwa, madaktari wameshindwa, akaenda kwa pastor mwenye hajawahi kanyaga darasa. Huyo pastor akachukua Biblia akamsomea, akamwambia neno la Mungu linasema ukiamini utafanya nini? Utapona. Na akamwekea mkono na huyo mtoto wake akapona. Ugonjwa nilishinda madaktari. And then you come and tell this Kenyan that the church of this pastor should be closed down kwa sababu hana degree ama hana. Mkenya atakumaliza bwana.
Yeah, that is true.
Mkenya atakuwa.
I think that our time is up. But I really support your point. Kenyans matters touching religion. Utakuwa unakosana na mbaya sana.
But now I just want to say one last thing before you sign out. William Ruto, I would ask him not to use that advantage to gain political mileage. If it's not true, please
don't lie to Kenyans.
Don't lie to Kenyans, and don't incense. Don't light that incense in the church where you say this and this is going to happen if so and so is going to be the president. You know, when you do that, you're actually unachemsha watu. Unachemsha watu. So that is not. If it's true, say it. If it's not true, don't say it. And then another thing, please avoid propaganda. Okay? Don't share a lot of uongo.
We understand that politicians know waongo, lakini pia msidanganye wa Kenya sana.
Don't lie to Kenyans, because when you lie, people will make decisions basing on lies. And we are looking at these two leaders, that is Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Hata tukifanya nini? These are the two guys that are driving the president. You know, we've been talking about the presidential race. These are the two people that are driving the presidential. Anything you see happening down there, just know Raila is in play or Ruto is in play. There is nobody else. Trust you. When you see Eugene dancing around, it's Raila who is doing that. That's the truth. When you see Mudavadi and Kina Weta dancing, that is Ruto. That is the truth. So we shouldn't be lying to one another kwamba there's a third force. So okay, that is who and who. Msioka, Gideon,
Jirongo,
acheni kudanganya watu. Nyinyi mnaenda kujoin either Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, and most probably 90% probability you're going to join Azimio la Umoja.
Well, asante sana Bushevi Junior, and I think that today, because you are my co-host, let me give you the privilege of signing out for PLG, Politics, Leadership and Governance.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was PLG, that is Politics, Leadership and Governance. Until next time, we're going to be having this discussion. My name is Bushevi Junior, and I'm here with this beautiful lady. She's Rida Kerine Chebet, and you can follow us on social media platforms, that is Twitter and Instagram at Maisha TV KE. Our website is www.maishatv.co.ke. Our phone number is 0746-999-841 if you want to place a comment, a complaint, or anything. You will congratulate, or we're gonna talk back to you most definitely. And Facebook page is Maisha Television Kenya, actually. So until next time, see you.
And also YouTube is Maisha Television. Kenya.
Thank you very much. What was I forgetting about
YouTube? And by the way, when you visit our YouTube page, make sure you click the subscribe button.
There's so many videos there.
Yeah, there are so many videos there that you might like to watch.
Even
actually,
this one.
Even this one. Not miss there.
So there are guys watching us right now. Kudos, but you can watch and watch this, by the way.
Well,
I love the things that you guys are doing.
Thank you so